Hi, I'm gonna first start out with my elementary student. We went with his one of his math goals, which is to fluently add and subtract within 20. This is one of his weaknesses, and he and this is one of his weaknesses, so we went with this goal. And soon I realized that while we were doing the assessment, I had to redirect him several times because he lost concentration. And as he was doing the assessments, it was really hard for me to not stop him and okay, this not right, let's look at it again. So I really had to bag up and let him work it himself, and then to go over it with him after we finished. He did okay. He did better than what I thought he did, what I thought he was gonna do. But some errors, there's some things that some things that I saw when he was taking the assessment was his one-to-one correspondence. So just next time, just really reminding him to slide and count as he's counting his cubes to help him a little better with that. And also his symbols, really looking at the problem and having him read the problem so he'll know if he's adding and subtracting, because I think he went a little bit too fast trying to get done, and he really wasn't he really didn't sit and look at the problem. So that's another recommendation that I have for him. I had to redirect him several times during the testing. I think it was probably like 5 or 6 times that I had to redirect him. And after taking this test, some things that I noted was like when we went back and we talked about it, was just having him to circle, like on having him to circle the bigger number, and then put dots for the smaller number. Because I know, like, if we did 5 plus 6, he would count out 5 cubes, and then he would count out 6 cubes. And then he would count them all together. So I recommended him, or I gave him an idea or suggestion to circle his biggest number and then count on. So I was trying to get him with the counting on strategy instead of putting, like, if he had 7 and 8, he was wanting to put 8 cubes and then 7 cubes and then count them all together. And when he was counting them all together, he wasn't sliding and counting, he was just counting, and it was affecting him counting, and he was getting the number wrong. So I was gave him the counting on strategy to maybe help with this. Some strengths that I have noticed when I was reading his IEP and his evaluation was he's very, very strong in ELA. Actually, he's on grade level with ELA, so that's wonderful. He's really sweet. He loves to interact with you. He loves to play with you. Like, he loves to give you hugs. His diagnosis is autism. So that's why he qualifies for special education services. He has OT. That's one of his services that he get along with special ed minutes for reading and math. And after looking at his IEP and looking at his evaluations and everything, I really recommend that he his math minutes go up, because at first they were at last year, and when he was in first grade, they were at 90 minutes, and this year he's in second grade and they're at 150. But I really feel that it could possibly go, his math minutes could possibly go to 200 minutes, because he is his weakness is in math. I talked to his mom, and his mom totally agrees that his weakness is in math. His strength, he does wonderful in ELA. Like, the only thing that I can recommend for ELA is just him continuing to work on his writing, and then also his reading comprehension. So those were some things that I've noticed when I did his informal assessment. And also, some and some other things that I noted when he was doing his assessment is his some of his numbers he does write backwards. So just reminding him that when he writes a 3, that is, or even going over with him, practicing his numbers, writing them correctly. Because I think once you get out of that kindergarten, first grade stage, like we a lot of teachers don't really focus on writing numbers and things, writing numbers correctly. So just keep reassuring or reiterating with him on the correct way to write his numbers and different things. That's another thing that I noticed when he was doing his assessment. So overall, he did really good on his assessment. He got a, let's see, what did he get on his assessment? On his assessment, he answered adding numbers within 20. He answered 2 out of 4, and subtracting numbers within 20, he answered 3 out of 4. So there were, I gave 8 questions or 8 problems, and 4 of them were adding and 4 of them were subtracting. So I think next time what I would really want, if I were to redo this assessment, I would give him 3 problems that the sum is within 10, with adding, and then I would give him 3 problems that he find a difference within 10, and then I would give him 3 problems add with the sum within 10 to 20, and then 3 problems with the difference within 10 to 20, because I didn't really give too many adding numbers within 0 to 10, so they were kind of all mixed in together. So that was one thing that I would recommend if I were to do this assessment over again, just to pinpoint like how many did he get right within 10, how many did he get right within 10 and 20 for adding and subtracting. So thanks again. I hope you enjoyed.